Get up, you son of a bitch! Cause Pawn's drunk loves you.
Yeah. We here, Mr. Moonshine. Let's go. Recap, hangover recap. Come on. Lot of news. What? Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all already know. Let's go. No music. Let's get ready. You already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at this side of heaven. God bless you all. All right, man. All right, we had a good, busy weekend. Blizzard, sickety sick, little throat, you know what I'm saying? Little throat infection, but we got to do what we got to do, man. We got to do what we got to do, man. On fire in the building. What's good, man? Big news. I told y'all, man. Y'all been following the channel. I told y'all that 2026 is going to be one of them. It was going to be a historic year in the sport of boxing. And look, we just in February, y'all. We in the end of February, heading to March. But we already had the likes of Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson became a full division world champion. You know what I'm saying? We had Amanda Serrano, started off January 3rd. Puerto Rican Reina, Puerto Rican Queen. You already know the 7th division world champion, featherweight undisputed. MVP. Shout out to MVP. You know what I'm saying? Man. We got some news, y'all. Netflix with the news, y'all. And I know I know there's some people that like, what? God, come on, it's been too long. But yes, Floyd, Pretty Boy, Money, Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. The 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. Back in the ring. And I'm gonna tell you a reason why. People ain't gonna like it. Some people gonna like it. Some people gonna understand it. Some people don't want to. Some people gonna understand it. Some people gonna overstand it. I'm gonna tell you why. People are still intrigued with a Floyd Mayweather stepping right back in the ring, with a Manny Pacquiao stepping right back in the ring. I'm gonna tell you why. Now I don't want, and you know who? If you don't like it, I'm gonna tell you who you need to blame. Lolo's boxing in the building. One of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing. What's good, brother? Say, yo, truth be told, have Floyd at 49 beating everyone at 147, including Debo Ryan. And if he does, that he is an all-time number one, all-time great. Okay, he wants him to fight the youngins. Come on, man. Floyd don't got to prove nothing. No damn Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, and stop it. You don't got nothing to prove that. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you why, the reason why. If you want to blame somebody for this, you can't blame Floyd. And you can't blame Manny Pacquiao. I'm going to tell you who to blame. If you don't like this fight with Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, the rematch, I'm going to tell you who to blame. But before we go over there, credit to Clarissa Shields beating Franchon Crew de Jeune, super middleweight undisputed, former super middleweight undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Just probably one round. And it looked like she gassed out the first round. That's all she could give. But I'm not surprised and I'm not impressed. I know there's going to be people out there be like, oh, come on, man, yo, that was entertaining. Yeah, I like the little scrappity scrap. Yeah, I like the little scrappity scrap in some of the rounds. Yeah, it's all right. Little scrappity scrap. Yeah, it was all right. But I expect more from a GWO. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know about y'all. I expect a little bit more than a GWO. Look, when you're talking about you the greatest of all time, then you got to do something at least a little bit what Layla Ali did. And let me tell you, and we're gonna be talking about accomplishment and performance, because I always say in my channel, on my boxing platforms, I always said everything is not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose. How many times we seen somebody win, but nah, it ain't look right. Jeff Horn beat Mayweather-Pacquiao, but nah. Timothy Bradley beat Mayweather-Pacquiao, but nah. Was a good win. We seen Devin the Dream Haney beat Jose Ramirez. Won almost every round. Nah. Even when you win, sometimes when you lose. For example, a lot of people didn't like the way that Jamel Charlo lost to Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people pick Canelo Alvarez to beat Jamel Charlo, but the thing is, people was more mad at Jamel Charlo in his effort, how he lost. It's like, damn, oh, come on. Same thing with Team from Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. What? Like that? You gonna lose every round? You ain't gonna put the type of effort there. What happened to the athleticism? What happened to the power? What happened to the power? Where's your power, bro? So there's certain fights. Rigondeaux versus Casimero. Nasty, ugly fight, right? Everything is not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose for the most part. And we're talking about the GWO. Talking about the greatest of all time. And you only got 3 KOs, and you fighting girls that's not even on your level. And we ain't not talking about just a couple of levels above. Clarissa Shields is levels and levels and levels and levels and levels above a lot of her contemporaries, a lot of her opponents. So I don't want to see no 10 round decisions. We ain't happy when Shakur Stevenson win 10 rounds with Nakatilia. No, we not happy with that. Let's be real, let's be honest. Yeah, some people are going to be like, yo, but everything is not a knockout punch. Everything is not a knockout. Well, for certain, my pure entertainment, if you're going to be telling everybody that you're going to knock everybody out, if you're going to be telling the world that you can knock men out, then you could be Rolly, you could be Thurman, you could be Triple G, you could be Tank, you could be all these guys, then damn it, I want to see some power be inflicted on somebody. I want to see Clarissa Shields strip the health from her opponent, and she don't do that. So no, I'm gonna give her performance. I'm gonna give her performance a grade. The grade that I give Clarissa Shields of her performance yesterday was a C. Not a C plus, not a C minus. I give her a C. I give her a C because I identify that she tried to knock out Franchon Cruz de Jong. She tried. She tried, ladies and gentlemen. But just like she likes to be praised alongside with the men, if there's a pound for pound list, you want to be pound for pound. She want to be right behind Bud Crawford, or right there alongside Bud Crawford. She want to be number one in Bud Crawford. Then she's going to get criticized like one. Right? A lot of people want to question the power of certain fighters with the men, right? People want to question like Shakur Stevenson, yo, he good, but damn, he don't got that much pop. Same way with Devin Haney, man, he sure don't got no pop. When we're talking about people say, yo, Team from Lopez, he moves up and his power doesn't transition to the 140-pound division. We question the power of male fighters. Yo, Canelo Alvarez, what happened to his power, man? You can't knock out Berlanga. You can't knock out John Ryder. You can't knock out William Skull. What happened to Canelo's power? So now we're looking at Clarissa Shields. What? Where's your power? It's not even, you never had it. Just like we call, just like a lot of people in the boxing world likes to call Devin Haney a pillow-fisted fighter, marshmallow, whatever. Same thing for Clarissa Shields in the women department. You know what I'm saying? We know when somebody got that thumb, boom, thumb. You know what I'm saying? That, ooh, poof, that thumb. When Clarissa Shields hit somebody, when she was hitting, it looked like she's putting hands on Franchon Cruz de Jong. But in reality, this is how it sounds like when Clarissa Shields throws some punches and lands some punches. That's how it sounds. That's how it sounds. Rubber ducky, you're so fine. Rubber ducky, you're so fine. That's how it sounds when Clarissa Shields be punching. Ain't got no thumb. What's good? The sofa? What's good, man? I ain't lying, man. Y'all know it. Ain't got no damn pop. Then she wanted to downplay the queen, a person that paved the way for her, Layla Ali. Layla Ali only got 3 fights where she didn't get a knockout. She only got 3 fights. Clarissa Shields only got 3 knockouts. Layla Ali only got 3 fights that she didn't even get a knockout in the whole career. Levels. I don't want to hear that gross stuff. No. Hey, yo, Clarissa, a.k.a. T-Rex Shields. That's the name. T-Rex. All right? And shout out to Franco Cruz de Jean, but she ain't looked at the part, man. She looked at old, bro. She looked like abuelita. She like grandmama. Let me that ring, bro. She looked at old, bro. She looked at old. She looked like Aunt Shamama, bro. She looked older than Aunt Shamama in that ring, bro. She looked at older than Aunt Shamama in that ring, folks. She looked at old, bro. She remind me of Rasputia from Norbit. She remind me of Rasputia from Norbit. I was looking at the fight. I was like, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, yo, am I lying? Am I lying? Don't Franco Cruz de Jean look a little bit like Rasputia from Norbit? How you doing? Come on, man. See, look at y'all. Like sometimes y'all be like, yo, man, stop saying that shit. Clarissa Shields is Antonio Tarver with a wig. But she does, bro. She does. How you doing? Huh? Yeah, man. She does a little bit. So Clarissa Shields was beaten. She was trying to knock out Rasputia out. Shanae Shields was trying to knock out Rasputia. She just wouldn't go away. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't go away. Tough. I mean, she tough. She tough. But she just wouldn't go away, man. She wouldn't go away. Tony on top of with a wig was all over her, man. Tony on top with a wig was all over. Tony on top with a wig was all over Rasputia, bruh. It was a night of boxing, man. It was a night of boxing. D Hangout spot in the building. What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good, man? What's going to be next for Clarissa Shields? Because at the end of the day, she said she got an $8 million deal. She got an $8 million deal, right? She rich. She rich, partying, Pat Pool. She was a Terrence Crawford, boozy and stuff like that. Even though that performance was all right, you know what I'm saying? We all want to see Clarissa Shields versus Shadeja Green. That's it. That's the only fight left for her. That's it. I know they want to talk about Michaela Mayer. Michaela Mayer is in 154-pound division. Like, she's too small. She just came up from the super featherweight division. A couple of years ago, she fought Alicia Baumgartner. And now you're telling me that, well, you expect Michaela Mayer to move to the heavyweight division? Nah, stop it. You need to fight Shadeja Green, the Boogie Woman. It's time for us to fight Shadeja Green, tri-state area, Patterson, Jersey. Don't be running from her. And you know what's funny? Shadeja Green, Clarissa Shields, Shanae Shields was like, yo, where's Shadeja? You know Shadeja wasn't there. Your promoter should have gave a ticket. And then, look, ladies and gentlemen, look. If you know you about to promote a fight, the promoter will make sure that person is going to be on the show. They're going to give us some great tickets. She's going to be right in front row so the camera could be on them, or they could invite her to the ring. Just like Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez was performing out there in Saudi Arabia. Bud Crawford was right there. End of the fight, boom. We seen Shakur Stevenson. He was right there ready to be like, hey, yo, Ryan Garcia said Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson says Ryan Garcia. You feel me? She don't want to fight Shadasia Green. She don't want to fight Shadasia Green. You know what I'm saying? They said they got 18,000 over there yesterday on Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. 18,000. 9,000 comp tickets probably given out. Yeah, you think? See, y'all could. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, they could fool non-boxing fans. But if I check the sheets, the sheet, how much I want to bet? How much I want to bet? Anybody right now? Anybody? If that sheet comes out from Detroit, from Little Caesar, how much you want to bet? It has 6,000 to 7,000 comp tickets given out. How much I want to bet? Don't let me get the paperwork. See, because I get the paperwork if I want the paperwork. Anybody want to bet? I could bet that. I don't bet on a boxing fight, but I could bet that 6,000 to 7,000 comp tickets was given out. Anybody want to bet that? Anybody want to bet that? I ain't talking about no 3, 2. I'm 6,000 to 7,000 comp tickets. How much you want to bet? I'll be nice. 5 to 6 to 7. 5. Let me get the paperwork. Brian Guzman in the building. But there's a good fight right here. And look, Clarissa Shields she'll be the favorite to win because, of course, a lot of people are going to use the triangle theory well, Shadasia Green lost to Franchon Cruz de Jean. How is Shadasia Green going to beat Clarissa Shields? Let's not forget, if you wouldn't use that same triangle theory, let's not forget that the only person that beat Clarissa Shields was Savannah Marshall. Who beat Savannah Marshall? Shadasia Green beat Shadasia. So, in the end of the day, if y'all want to use triangle theory, y'all could use it also. Yeah. Shadasia Green lost to Franchon Cruz de Jean. Yeah, Shadasia Green beat Savannah Marshall, who beat Clarissa Shields, right? Clarissa Shields beat Savannah Marshall, but in the end of the day, that's the best fight. That's the best fight. And why not? I mean, Clarissa Shields is cool with Floyd Mayweather. How about Clarissa Shields tell Floyd Mayweather to put her in will be the most lucrative fight in the sport of boxing 2026. Floor, money, pretty boy, weather versus Manny Pacquiao. Ladies and gentlemen, as a matter of fact, before we go to that, because we still got to talk about this right here. Hold on, give me a second. Before we go to that, finally, Ryan Garcia becomes a world champion after 10 years. Finally, Ryan Garcia has entered the record books as a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of sweet signs that I could stomach. Well, Ryan Garcia put all the repertoire. Ryan Garcia showed right hand, jab, left hook, defense, footwork, identifying range, was calculated, had good patience. The corner, shout out to Henry Garcia. Watch, when I get Ryan Garcia on, I always told Ryan Garcia, stay as the head trainer. Watch when I interview Henry Garcia. I'm probably the only one in the sport of boxing that said, yo, stay in the corner. Eddie Reynoso ain't going to teach him nothing. Derrick James not going to teach him nothing. Goose ain't going to teach him nothing. I always told Henry Garcia, just be the head coach, be the head trainer. Because at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia fights just how you taught him. He ain't doing nothing when nobody's trying to teach him. He's fighting exactly. So how about you just stay in the corner? He got his dad back. You see what I'm talking about, folks? When people be like, yo, this son got to fire the father. This son got to fire the father. Well, guess what? Ryan Garcia looked the best as he ever looked with his father. With his father as the head trainer. Yes. Fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. I believe that father trainers are the best. I believe so. I believe that father trainers are the best in boxing. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree because the narrative is that father is no good. The father is living vicariously through their sons. No devoted father live vicariously through their sons, bro. I don't know who came up with that. Fathers live vicariously. Hey, yo, a devoted father, man, he loved to see his son be better than them. Do you know how proud? Do you know how proud, bro? A real father gives everything to their kids, bro. We don't live vicariously. They live vicariously through us, through their last name. They continue in the legacy. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. That was the best move that Ryan did, was go back with Henry. Yes, the best move. The best move. A lot of these father trainers are highly successful with their sons. Look, Devin Haney, 3-division world champion. Let's also not forget that Shakur Stevenson is his grandfather in the corner. Might not be his father, but is his grandfather Wally. So you got Eno Uwais father in the corner, Lomachenko father in the corner, Teofimo Lopez father in the corner. Yeah, I know y'all gonna be making fun of him in the last fight, but let's not forget what he has accomplished, right? Even Papachenko and Lomachenko lost to Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez and Salido. Shout out to Bill Haney, he's in the corner. Shout out to Virgil Ortiz Sr. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: Virgil Ortiz is Robert Garcia, right? Virgil Ortiz is fighting the way that Virgil Ortiz Sr. taught him. If Robert Garcia is talking and Virgil Ortiz Sr. is talking at the same time, Virgil's listening to his dad. Don't think Kambosa's father. Well, with that one, I don't know, man. You know why? Because what got him there was Javier Centeno. It wasn't Kambosa's dad, Jim. What got him to the title shots and beating Lee Selby and beating Mickey Bay and then beating Teofimo Lopez, that was Javier Centeno. I don't know what happened there. I know that. Well, I knew what happened there. George Kambosa did not pay Javier Centeno, so Javier Centeno sued George Kambosa. You know what I'm saying? But Jim probably taught from the beginning, you know what I'm saying, his son. But who you want to see Ryan Garcia fight next, man? There's a lot of options for a lot of these guys, yo. There's a lot of options for Shakur, a lot of options for Ryan, a lot of options for Devin, a lot of options now. Oh, shit. Y'all already saw a lot of people trying to say that Richard Hitchens pulled a Kid Austin, which I believe. Do y'all believe in Richard Hitchens pulling out from Oscar Duarte? Do you believe that he was sick? Because they say that he made weight. He made both of them. He made the official weigh-in and the next day weigh-in. He made it. He just started vomiting. Do you think that, because no lie, out of all the fights, I was saying, yo, this gonna look like an upset. And you saw how strong and healthy Oscar Duarte looked in that ceremony weigh-in compared to Richard Hitchens. I think Richard Hitchens knew, man, they setting me up for this loss. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a management thing. Not a management thing. I think it was a trainer thing. I think they sensed they was going to lose their precision. I think that, I don't know, but look like he pulled the Kid Austin. You know what I'm saying? Sounds a bit. Should we give him the benefit of the doubt? I mean, Richard Hitchens never did anything like that. You know, should we give him the benefit of the doubt? I mean, we want all the fighters to be 100%, but damn, yo, come on, man. When you make weight and then you make the weigh-in, and Oscar, yo, that's discouraging, man. Oscar Duarte was waiting for that. What happened to the payday? You know, these fighters don't get paid if they don't fight. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like. Let me see how many people we're looking on today. We light today. We light. Let me see. Let me see with the supporter. 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 All right. Said my son nearly died. Are we keeping awake? Are we keeping you awake, bro? My son nearly died. They smashed his tires. Oh, you talking about the kid Austin stuff? Yeah, man. They slashed his tires. They got another rent car. They sliced the tire again. They got another rental car. They sliced the tire again. They broke into the Airbnb. They took their passport. They did this. They did that. Okay. All right. Okay. Show proof. No proof. All right. Okay. Okay. Hopefully they caught the crooks. Hopefully they caught the crooks. The crooks. They stole pages from the passport. Can you imagine? Like, I never heard a thief that says, "Hey, yo, we gotta go to the passport, mother. You see the passport? Let's rip that shit apart." What the fuck, a robber? What the hell a thief is gonna do with the passport? Ripping the passport. Come on, man. Come on, man. Make it make sense. You think a thief is going to go into a house and waste their time trying to find a passport? Take some scissors. Yeah. Do you know that the rip the passport? Do you know how thick is when you get the passport, the one that got your face? Really? Come on, man. Come on. Hey, yo, I support, bro. I support. But you know what? They even blocked me, bro. They blocked me. They blocked me because I guess I wasn't like the other channels that was just going to like that. I didn't want to hear that shit at a certain point. I'm like, the respect is show me the damn receipts. Okay, show me the receipts, and I won't even, I won't go public with it. But damn, to just make like show me like you want me to support you, but give me something. Nah. Just give you out the benefit of the doubt. The masseuse, she was getting like Deontay Wilder again. The water, the costume. You know, it is what it is. I like Kid Austin though, man. I truly, I can't. I've been a fan of Kid Austin since he was an amateur, and they know it. They know it. Nobody knew Kid Austin in the YTBC. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's all funny. I'm cool. If they want to be cool, I'm cool with them, man. I got no harm. I just feel like, you know, I just stop talking about it, go another route, and call somebody else, Abdullah Mason, Tank, or whatever. Leave that shit alone. But this right here, the 147-pound division is getting lit again. It's getting lit again. But let's talk about what everybody else is talking about right now. Let's talk about what everybody's talking about. Let's talk about what everybody's talking about. And I'm gonna tell you the reason for the people that doesn't like this move. I'm gonna tell you the reason why you should respect this, right? And I'm gonna give you the reason why, if people are mad that these guys are coming back for the rematch and Netflix is throwing the bag at them, first they deserve for the bag to be thrown at them. Why? Because we're living in a time in the sport of boxing where everybody's making money out the sport of boxing. Everybody, boxing is alive and well because everybody is, we got, what's his name? Swish Peels, what's his name? That he's going to be fighting Blueface. They use boxing. Chad Ochocinco, right? He want to be in a boxing match, right? Jake Paul, boxing. So they know boxing is where's Dana White coming into the sport of boxing? Sufa. Boxing is lucrative, highly lucrative. Entertainers, rappers, everybody wanna be in misfits. Shout out to Aiden Ross. Everybody wants a piece of boxing. Why not Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao? Get some of that money as well. That exhibition money, that entertainment money. Why not? They paved the way. They paved the way. They made box. They enhance boxing to what it is. Why they can't get paid? Why everybody else can get paid and not them? They have the right to get paid. They have the right to get paid by Netflix. And it's Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. We ain't never seen Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather out of shape. As a matter of fact, the reason for the people that don't like this, don't blame Floyd Mayweather, don't blame Manny Pacquiao, blame the fighters that have not captivated the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. Blame the fighters today. Blame those fighters that we like to compare. Who is going to be the next Floyd Mayweather? The reason I'm going to tell you like this about this era, I love this era. I'm not one of those guys that be like, man, I wish these fighters was like back in the days. And you know what I'm saying? It's better than back in the days. And everything has an evolution, right? Everything has an evolution. And let me tell you like this. In this era, there's historic wins, big wins. But if you're familiar with the channel, like I said at the beginning of the live, I said, everything is not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, old in their last leg, is as entertaining as these guys in their prime. That's the problem. The problem is not that Shakur Stevenson could become a 4-division world champion, Madison Square Garden versus Teofimo Lopez. It's not the problem is not that Devin Haney became an undisputed world champion by beating George Kambosos out there in Australia. It's the how. It's the how. You're not doing anything for the people to forget about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Put it this way, Floyd Mayweather as a 38-year-old, 37, that's when people started saying, oh man, Floyd is getting boring. He ain't getting knocked out. He don't got power. He's getting boring. They fighting like Floyd when he's an old man. That wasn't Floyd when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. Oh, no, Pretty Boy Floyd, he will outbox you and he will knock you out. He will throw some combinations. Oh, yeah. Go back to the Corrales. Go back to the Gotti. Go back to even the Ricky Hands. Go back to their fights. Nah. Floyd Mayweather throw down. Go to the fight with Chop Courtney. Oh, yeah, he was entertaining. Floyd Mayweather was entertaining. Manny Pacquiao, entertaining at his finest. Every Manny Pacquiao fight, win, lose, or draw, was entertaining. He will throw 1,000 punches, bro. So when we're looking at this fight that's presented to us, we're like, yo, man, they old, but these guys ain't quenching on thirst. These guys are having great wins. Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. Epic win. But was it the epic performance that make you say, damn, wow, I gotta see that again? It's great. I like Tio, my guy. But compare to what Manny Pacquiao was doing in his big fights versus Marquez and Morales, when Mayweather was having his big fights, right? Early on, right? Entertaining. You're not quit. Today's boxers are not matching their accomplishments with the performance. The casuals and the hardcores are divided because we understand the sweet science. We understand the art. But the casuals like, with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, the hardcores and the casual coexist. That's what makes the big fights. The hardcores want it, the casuals want it, and they identify that there's something special. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue. Why you think that we want to see Virgil Ortiz versus Jerome Boots Ennis? They don't got belts, but Virgil Ortiz is entertaining and Boots is entertaining. That's why we want to see the fight. It's not that we don't want to see, yo, folks, we don't want to see the fight because we want to see we want to see the champion versus the champion or the best versus the best. No, they're not the best versus the best in the 154-pound division because they ain't champions. You got to give the credit to the people that actually win it. You got to give a lot of credit to Xander Zayas. Got to give a lot of credit to Josh Kelly. Got to give a lot of credit to Fundura. But the reason why we want to see Jerome Boots and Virgil Ortiz is because they perform. And I said this leading up to 2026, even 2025. I said the names got to fight the names, and performance is going to have to be valued more than just the accomplishment. The fans were headed. Look, and when you got when you got a lot of people even preaching that belts don't matter or belts are not the same, it doesn't hold weight the way that it used to be. Why you think that Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn was fight of the year? They wasn't fighting for a belt, but they fought. In the end of the day, people want to see a fight. And there's going to be pugilists and pundits going to be like, well, the boxing is boxing. You got to see the boxing is boxing, is the arts, is the sweet science. The sweet science was never meant to be boring, bro. I don't know why people want to attach the sweet science to boring, or when people call a fighter boring, they want to say, well, that's the sweet science. The sweet science was never meant to be boring. If the sweet science was meant to be boring, boxing was never would have became the number one sport in America. Never would have became the number one sport, 1 or 2 in the UK. The sweet science was always exciting. The sweet science was meant to be exciting. You understand? They were talking about the sweet signs back in the days, bro, in the 18-something, man. Willie Pep was not boring. He was exciting. Sandy Sandler was exciting. Sugar Ray Robinson was exciting. Muhammad Ali was exciting. Sonny Liston was exciting. Archie Moore was exciting. Rocky Marciano was exciting. Joe Louis was exciting. Jack Johnson was exciting. Sugar Ray Robinson was exciting. Leonard was exciting. Duran was exciting. Camacho was exciting. Hagler was exciting. They all implement the sweet signs. Roy Jones Jr. exciting. All of them. So now, the people that, why you think even when Mike Tyson was getting prepared for the Jake Paul, everybody wanted to see it. You know why? Because when Mike Tyson, even in his training, gave you that illusion. Just like Floyd Mayweather just yesterday, when he put out that video while he hit in the mitts, and we see, damn, yo, Floyd is sharp. Damn, he looked like he didn't lose a step. You already know that Floyd Mayweather is always in shape, but damn, Floyd, the illusion. They give us the illusion, but the positive illusion, because they earned that illusion. They earned to give us that illusion. They earned because we believe in them. And yeah, Mike Tyson didn't show up to Mike Tyson, but at the end of the day, the reason why is because the illusion, because nobody has captivated the imagination in the heavyweight division quite like Mike Tyson. If you had a conversation with people, put it this way, if Mike Tyson was here, right? Let's say we in Times Square right now, in the middle of Times Square, and Times Square is on my right side, and Lennox Lewis is on my left side. Everybody will run to Mike Tyson. But Lennox Lewis beat him. Why they would run to Mike Tyson and not Lennox Lewis? If Mike Tyson was on my right side and Evander Holyfield was on my left side, they'll all run to Mike Tyson. How much you want to bet? 90% of the people, you put them on Times Square, they'll run to Mike Tyson. Tavon's Tank. A lot of people say, I don't care about Tank. You know why people like Tank? Because Tank, for the most part, is an exciting fighter. For the most part, people expect excitement from Tank. And guess what? In this era, when you talk about the entertaining, when we finally put the names that we want to attach to each other, right? The 4 kings. We put Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis. What did Tank do to Ryan? Why people like Ryan outside of the social media? Tank and Ryan Garcia had the best performance in terms of entertainment, in terms of people jumping out their seats, in terms of wow. Ryan Garcia beating the crap out of Devin Haney in Barclays Center, and Ryan Garcia beating the crap out of Ryan Garcia. Tank beating the crap out of Ryan Garcia. Guess who's the most pay-per-view? Who people want to see the most? Tank and Ryan, because they show up, because it's more than just the belt. You got to entertain the people. You got to entertain. Performances count. At this moment, 2026, performances is worth more than the belts. But first, you got to have a name. You got to establish that you are championship caliber. If you're championship caliber and perform, why, ladies and gentlemen, why you think this? Give me a second. How many championships does Conor Ben got? How many belts that Conor Ben got? You know why? Because Conor Ben is entertaining. And when the lights are bright, fight of the year, the first one, he lost though. He lost. But how did he fight in that defeat? He didn't lose props as a warrior. Nah, he went all out. And then the second fight, he looked spectacular. Yeah, it's Sufa, but why they giving it to Conor Ben? They don't look at Conor Ben and say, yo, Conor Ben is a champion. Conor Ben don't even need the belt. And to be honest, Ryan Garcia didn't need the belt either. And y'all know that Tank don't need the belt either. So the proof is in the pudding. We're living in the world today that for the most part, a belt don't define you. If you look apart, if you fight ranked fighters and you blow them out the water, that's good enough. That is good enough. And everybody knows it. That's good enough. That's the reason why the number one fight in the 154-pound division that people want to see is Virgil Ortiz versus Boots Ennis. Because you could count on them in terms of performance. They're going to give you your money's worth. So now when we see Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, and if people would be like, come on, man, they're already old, man. They're old. Nobody's matching up to them. Nobody's matching up consistently when they was in their prime. And to be honest, these fighters today, the young fighters are fighting like they're old. Shakur, beautiful skills. But he fights like Floyd Mayweather, an old Floyd Mayweather. He don't fight like Pretty Boy Floyd. He fight like an old Floyd Mayweather. Shakur Stevenson fights like the Berto Floyd Mayweather, which is great. It's still the great. You understand what I'm trying to say, folks? The Berto Floyd Mayweather beats every welterweight right now. As a matter of fact, I said this the other day. People thought I was crazy. Floyd Mayweather today beats everybody in the welterweight division. Lo dije yo. I don't need to see Floyd Mayweather in the ring or Floyd Mayweather hasn't been active. We know Floyd Mayweather. We know that Floyd Mayweather doesn't drink. We know that Floyd Mayweather runs every day. We know that Floyd Mayweather stays in shape every day. Yo, you can see Floyd Mayweather's forearm. Some people, athletic people know when somebody, they stay ready. Yo, say, that dude stays ready, bro. That dude's in the gym every day. As a matter of fact, he probably still spars, but he does it quietly. I could tell. Hold on. I'll show you. Give me a second. Floyd Mayweather ain't no dummy. You think he made it this far because he's a dummy? Nah. Nah. Give me a second. Let me find it right here. Let me see if I find it right here. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Oh, where's that picture that I seen? All right. Espera. Let me see. Ese tigre está en gym. Floyd Mayweather ain't playing around. Floyd Mayweather's a machine. Floyd Mayweather's a machine. Ese hace sus pull-ups, ese hace sus dips, ese hace sus push-ups, ese tigre se queda en shape all around. Floyd Mayweather beats all these welterweights today. He beats Devin Haney. He beats Ryan. He beats all of them today. He beats, man. If Manny Pacquiao, matter of fact, I believe that Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios. Floyd Mayweather will beat him in each and every round, even better than how Ryan Garcia beat him. The evolution in boxing, every sports has its evolution. He said, Savage said, not punch. Why not? Why not? Why not? What these guys have said to me that, oh my God, they beat Floyd. None of them has performed in a way that tells me, look at my guy Tio versus Shakur Stevenson. What Floyd would do to Tio? Look how Tio performed with Shakur. What would Floyd do to Tio? And this guy, and look, Shakur don't even talk shit. He don't talk that much shit. Floyd talks shit. Mira, man, if people say that he was mentally not there with Shakur, can you imagine what Floyd would do mentally to Tio? What did Shakur say in the interview as well? I wouldn't fight. I looked up to Floyd. I wouldn't fight Floyd. But Shakur wouldn't fight Richardson Hitchens. Shakur would not fight Keyshawn Davis. Shakur would not fight anybody that he's cool with. Everybody's his brother and everybody's his friend. Hey, Floyd Mayweather was hella cool like brothers with Zab Judah. They fought. You don't care. Different mentality. But I don't think that right now, the welterweight division, Floyd at 50 will beat these guys. Floyd is 50. Let's be serious. Yeah, he's 50. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins was 50. George Foreman was near 50. They was performing. Floyd is not like the other dudes. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. He doesn't sniff coke. He stays in shape all year round. It is a second nature to him. So what you think is your 50 is almost like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is what, 48 years old? Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao, if Manny Pacquiao is a freak of nature, his 48 is not your normal 48. So Floyd, 50 years old, is not your normal 50 years old. You can't find me a lot of 50-year-olds that look like Floyd Mayweather. Hey, let me tell you like this. I know 30-year-old, 35-year-old dudes that be looking like they're 50. Floyd Mayweather still look like he's damn. Floyd Mayweather look just as young as all these guys. If we didn't know who Floyd Mayweather is, you don't know who's older, Floyd Mayweather or Devin Haney. And you'll be like, just because he got the beard now, Floyd will probably, he look like he's maybe like 2 years older. Floyd Mayweather look younger than even Terrence Crawford. A lot of these fighters today, they don't even believe in road work. A lot of these fighters today adopted, they don't even believe in road work. They don't do their road work. Floyd Mayweather does his road work as a retired fighter. And I know fighters today, they have abandoned the road work to do shortcut training. Just sprints. They don't run the hill no more. When I see a fighter abandon his road work, if I hear a fighter abandon his road work, I'm like, okay, he's not going to do his best. He's not going to do his best. Nope, he's shortcutting. He's always going to show up 70%. He's never going to show up 100%. He or she would never come at 100%. The greatest of all greats still do their road work. Still do their road work. And I'm talking about even from the females. Amanda Serrano still do her road work. Tyson Fury, road work. Usyk, road work. Terrence Crawford, road work. Floyd Mayweather, road work. Shakur, road work. Any fighter that want to abandon their road work, Pac just turned 4. So the only thing about this fight that is not good, the only thing is that we understand that the first fight, we waited a long time so we could see that fight. And then when we finally got the fight, it ain't lived to the expectations. It ain't lived to the expectations. As a matter of fact, that fight gave boxing a black eye because of the performance. So why now? Why Netflix, knowing when they fought, not even in their prime, looked like two old men back then? Why would they want this? And I said it before. Netflix is about content. They're not really about the purest of the purest when it comes to the sport of boxing. I'm glad that Netflix at least have their foot in the door in the sport of boxing, but they want the names. They want the content. It's the content. It's the content. You know what I'm saying? I want to know who could be in the co-main event. Who could be in the co-main event? Who y'all want in the co-main event to this fight? I mean, Mayweather's not cool with Tank, so I'm not sure if Tank is gonna be in it. But what about this? It got to be somebody, because that's the Mexican Independence Day, September 19th. Let me see. What would be a good fight? Andre Munguia, Boo Boo versus Munguia, Charlo versus Munguia. Who will be in this Netflix? So you gotta do business. You gotta be a free agent. Well, you don't gotta be a full free agent. But Pitbull Cruz, yes, because Manny Pacquiao, yep, Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz versus Tank rematch. Wow, that would be good. But I don't know. That would be good. That would be good. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Pitbull Cruz, the rematch on the co-main event. Shit. That would be good. But they're not cool, so I don't know. Cormel Moten is going to be in that card probably. The winner of Fundura. So let's say Fundura beats Thurman. If Fundura beats Thurman, let's say Fundura beats Thurman, or Thurman beats Fundura, but I'm looking at the Mexican, Fundura versus Spence. Fundura versus Charlo. Jamel Charlo. That would be good. That would be good. Fuck it, Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard. I forgot about Munguia. I'm just looking at the because it's Mexican independence around that time. So I'm looking for a Mexican as well to be in that car. But I think it's gonna be a great event. I think it's gonna have his aura. Of course, it's gonna have Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Or he already saying that he's gonna be 100%. Floyd Mayweather already look in shape. You know, and I think it's gonna have a wonderful build-up. And a lot of people was talking about, oh, Floyd Mayweather's broke, he's losing his money. Floyd Mayweather got a bunch of hella fights in his back pocket. Floyd Mayweather's never gonna go broke because Floyd Mayweather still has that O. That O is lucrative. That O is highly lucrative. If Floyd Mayweather, folks, for the y'all that's always trying to say that Floyd Mayweather was broke, Floyd Mayweather could be like, you know what? All right, man, I'm gonna get 3 contracts in. All that Floyd Mayweather can make. If he loses, put it this way: if Floyd Mayweather loses $200 million, he'll get it back in the end of the year. 3 fights. 3 fights. You know what was that? All right. I'm going to be doing an exhibition with Mike Tyson. He's going to get money there. But let's even take out the Mike Tyson now. Floyd Mayweather could easily be like, all right, man, let me get the rematch with Oscar De La Hoya. Do you know how back and forth they would talk shit? And that's an exhibition or whatever, or Oscar De La Hoya coming out of retirement. Both of these guys coming out of retirement. The rematch with Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather, boom. Sell it to Netflix. Netflix will buy it. Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, boom. Yo, Floyd Mayweather can make mad money even if he tells, yo, get your shit together, Adrian Broner. I'm going to fight you in an exhibition. Still sell out any arena in Las Vegas. New York. How about if Floyd Mayweather says, forget about Logan Paul, me and you, Jake Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. Come on, man. Floyd Mayweather is never going to go broke. So all y'all people stop that shit. Floyd Mayweather could come to the sport of boxing or whatever, and he could fight these names, and it's going to give him guap. Like I said, even Adrian Broner versus Floyd Mayweather will make massive money. He said, we don't want to see grandpas in the ring. I want to see it. I want to see it because these young fighters fight like grandpas anyway. These fighters, yo, even when Floyd Mayweather is doing pad work, I'd rather watch Floyd Mayweather's pad work at 50 years old than watch all these young dudes at pad work. I'm being honest. And trust me, I was a Pretty Boy fan. I was a Pretty Boy fan. When he got a little older, then he became too defensive and stuff like that. I wasn't as much of a fan like that, right? But now that I see these fighters, they fight like an old Mayweather. And they not even like that. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are fighting over, like these guys are fighting already. Like Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo. He's already well into his 30s though. Well, how old was Floyd when he fought Canelo? 36, 35? Already out his prime. These guys are fighting like a old Mayweather. Because none of these guys are fighting like Pretty Boy Floyd. That's how great Floyd Mayweather is. That we think that it's two separate Floyds could go into the Hall of Fame. That's how great Floyd Mayweather is. Let me see. Sad that the grandparents have to fight to entertain. That's sad, Joaquin. It is. But blame the fighters today. They're not outperforming Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. That's the problem. The only one that does their thing when the brights are light in terms of performance. I'm not talking about great wins. We got great wins. We got T.O. beating Josh Taylor, T.O. beating Loma, Devin beating Loma, Devin beating Brian Norman Jr., Ryan beating Mario Barrios, but it's going to a decision. It ain't looking special. Like compared to what these guys was doing in their prime, ain't looking special. It's not. Shakur versus T.O., Shakur versus Oscar Valdez is not looking like, oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta see this again. Tell me one fight. Do you want to see Devin Haney versus George Kambosos 1 again or 2? When he became undisputed? How many times you go watch Shakur versus Oscar Valdez or how many times y'all watching the Shakur versus T.O.? I did like Ryan Garcia's performance versus Mario Barrios. He got a knockdown. I think that he was implementing power, try to knock him out. But you know what I'm saying? But sometimes most of these guys are just trying to box. They get a little hurt game and then that's it. They take their foot off the gas. Even Rolly versus Ryan Garcia took his foot off the gas. Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. took his foot off the gas. it's almost like they okay for just winning. Yeah, like they don't got killer instinct. Truth be told, Shakur versus Tio was worse than Manny versus Floyd. You know what? It's true. Low nose boxing. It was. It was. I was gonna say that, but people gonna think I'm a hater because I'm not. I respect Shakur Stevenson's performance and I respect that how he won. You know what I'm saying? I wish that my guy would have thrown more punches, but it's true. When I was in the Garden, bro, that shit was boring, bro. It was boring. It wasn't an exciting fight. It wasn't an exciting fight. Right after the fight outside, people was like saying, "Yeah, it was a good fight," but it was like, I think more people couldn't believe that Tio didn't show up than how Shakur, because in that fight it was just jabs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like and as much as the jab is probably the most important punch in boxing, if we're not seeing knockouts, hurt, we're not seeing something, we're just seeing the jab. And how much of exciting is going to be that? You know, you're not tripling the jab, you're not quadrupling the jab, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing it as just jab at one time, easy, jab for 12 rounds. That's it, you won. Let's go home. He said you acting like floor fights is exciting. No, you're not listening to the live, my brother. We're saying that even when he's boring, these guys are fighting like Floyd. They're fighting like old Floyd. That's my point, my brother, Balboa. So why not? I'd rather get Floyd. If y'all want to fight like Floyd, if y'all want to fight like Floyd that fought Berto, if y'all want to fight, y'all want to fight like the Floyd, then guess what? I'd rather have the originator. Let me get Floyd then. I'd rather watch Floyd. If y'all want to fight, if y'all ain't not trying to go out, y'all not trying to be excited, y'all not trying to be athletic, y'all not trying to knock somebody out, y'all not trying to, if y'all see the y'all levels above that opponent after the fucking 8th round and y'all don't go for it, I'd rather have Floyd Mayweather. I'd rather watch the originator. That's what I'm saying, Balboa. So if we see a fight like Shakur versus Tio, and by the 9th round, everybody's saying that you win every round, turn it up. Let me see something. Turn it up. Ah, pues tú te puedes quedar ese mimito. Ricky, Javi. Ah, okay. All right, good. Great performance. Masterclass performance. Okay. Pero ya. That's it. I'd rather see it from Floyd. Who else? Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr., knockdown. Cool. Boom. Yeah, he got nothing for you. At a certain point, remember it's a 12 round. At a certain point, take him out. Or let me see the effort of you taking him out. Not after that and have an interview and saying, see, but if I go for it, wouldn't I be stupid? If I'm winning every round, let me just keep doing the same thing. No. Take him out. Strip the health. Strip the health of your opponent. Make your opponent feel that he should never be in a boxing ring ever again. Salute, pound for pound. So that's the problem. Then what's wrong with this? That's the problem. These guys are not outperforming. They're accomplishing great things, but they're not outperforming. We want to see more. If you want to fight, Manny Pacquiao threw 500 plus punches versus Mario Barrios. Manny Pacquiao is 48 years old, and he's throwing more punches than all these guys. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let me see the copy box. Look, I'm not even lying. I ain't lying. What fight we want to go to? Name me a fight. Name me a fight. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, let's go with the Haney versus Norman Jr. copy box. Is this one? No, that's Santian. What's this one? Hold on. They don't got the Norman Jr. copy box here? All right. Okay. Activity. Devin Haney. Throw while Norman. Wait. 12 round. While Norman maintained consistent pressure, throwing roughly 374 punches. 374 punches. As a young 140-pound, 374 punches. Manny Pacquiao would throw 370 in his prime, would throw 374 punches in 2 rounds. Let's go with Shakur and Tio. Teofimo versus Shakur copy box. Let me see this. ¿Por qué no me lo está enseñando, man? Shakur Stevenson, 372 punches. Teofimo Lopez, 468 punches. These are elite, young, walking into their prime, 140-pounders. 372, 468. No entertainment. Canelo and Skull. I didn't want to talk about that. But I want to talk about the younger guys, right? Okay. Because Canelo already had his run. What about? What's another one? Yeah, I don't want to go to the Devin Haney and George Campbell, so I want to go to that fight. Shakur, who else? Let me go. Mayweather versus Gotti. Or even Cotto. Let's go with Cotto. Because that's not even prime Floyd. They showing me Salam Ali. Let me see. No. Let me see. Floyd Mayweather. 687 punches versus Cotto. 687 punches. Almost 100 to the 200 more than what Shakur and Tio and Devin Haney is throwing. This is old Floyd. This is not even Floyd in his prime. 687 punches, Miguel Cotto, 506 punches. At this time, they calling Floyd Mayweather boring. Around this time, they calling Floyd Mayweather boring. Around this time, that's it. The new, Floyd Mayweather is boring. He's throwing 6, and that's what I mean. These guys are more boring than Floyd. Let's go. How about Floyd Mayweather versus, because the Manny Pacquiao, we already know that. Maidana. Let's go to the Maidana fight. Old Floyd, right? The old Floyd. The old Floyd. Let me see. Floyd, 326. Maidana, 572. This is old Floyd. So old Floyd is performing and throwing as much punches as these guys are doing in their 27, 28 years old. Floyd Mayweather and Chop Chop. Or Floyd Mayweather. Hey, Floyd Mayweather Judah. Let me see. Copy box. 444, 404. Highly respected. But there was a little thing that was going on in that fight. Y'all remember. Let's go Manny Pacquiao versus Morales. They don't have the copy box here. But y'all already know it was about high value. Manny Pacquiao punch that's got it right here. Manny Pacquiao averages 28 punches, almost 70 punches per round. Thanks. I like to see David Benavidez is exciting. He throws a lot of punches. Floyd is one of the GOATs. Hard work and dedication, facts. But what I'm saying is the reason why the boxing fans are still willing to see the older fighters is because these guys haven't overshadowed. These guys haven't done, like at least there is no Kobe's, there is no LeBron James coming after Michael Jordan. If you understand what I'm saying, like you might not reach Michael Jordan, but ain't nobody coming behind that. Nobody's like, think about it. The passing of the torch fights, the respectable passing of the torch fight. Virgil Ortiz versus Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo failed. He failed. He didn't hold the tradition of going to the next cash cow. He didn't hold the tradition of Sugar Ray Leonard when, right? He beats the Hagglers of the world and the Hearns and the Durans, right? Hector Camacho beats Leonard, right? Oscar De La Hoya beats Camacho. Oscar De La Hoya beat Purnell. Oscar De La Hoya beats Julio Cesar Chavez. Now it's Oscar De La Hoya. His boy Shane Mosley beat him and Tito Trinidad beats him. So now we're in this mix, right? But then Floyd Mayweather comes along. He beats Oscar De La Hoya. He becomes something. He becomes a cash cow. Canelo, here's your opportunity. Failed. Thurman was supposed to be Manny Pacquiao. Failed. Because a lot of people didn't believe that Pacquiao really lost to Jeff Horn, right? Yes, he lost to Marquez. That's within his era. But they gave passing of the torches to the younger fighter, and the younger fighter couldn't pass. The younger fighter couldn't pass. Crawford never got the opportunity. We understand that. But it is what it is. So, but anyway, man, it's kind of late, man. I'm getting tired, bro. Good looking out. New member in the building. Tavon Burns, good looking out. Appreciate you, man. Tomorrow we back at it, man. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, man. So I'm about to shut this one off. But we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow, man. My throat hurting. I did that live. I did 2 lives yesterday. That's what it is too, man. So I did the 3-hour live, and then the other 3-hour live with the Clarissa Shields, and I'm feeling it right now. But anyway, man, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Y'all already know it's Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Love y'all. God bless. On to the next.